My name is Carl Coe. I should say good afternoon and good morning. My name is Carl Coe. I am the CEO of ImagineTime. I joined the company back at the end of November. I'm incredibly grateful to be with the company. I'm incredibly thankful to work with such a great group of people on our team and such a great group of customers. I don't know how many of you know much about the history of ImagineTime, but I thought I would tell you just a little bit about how we've gotten to this point. The company was founded by a gentleman named Fred Lindsley, and Fred is on the line with us here today. Fred has a very strong both accounting background and programming background. And back in the late 90s, Fred had his own accounting firm, and he needed some functionality, software functionality that just didn't exist in the market. And so Fred wrote it for his own firm, and through the insistence of his wife Kathy, she convinced him to go to an accounting show in Florida, and lo and behold, it became very, very popular. Both obviously it solved the problem for his own firm, but became popular amongst his peers and other organizations. And in 1999 or 2000, Fred sold his accounting firm and became a full-time software owner of a software company called ImagineTime. And here we are 21 years later, and we have over 1,500 accounting and law firms that use our system every day. We have almost 10,000 users that use ImagineTime across the globe. We've got customers in New Zealand, we've got customers in South Africa, we've got customers in the Caribbean, and of course all across North America. And so I feel very fortunate to call Fred Lindsley a friend and a partner. He's been an absolute godsend in my life and made my transition over here to ImagineTime just seamless. So I'm going to ask Fred to say a few words, if he doesn't mind, and introduce himself for those of you that don't know him.
Good afternoon and good morning, everybody. My name is Fred Lindsley. I'm the founder of ImagineTime, and I guess I'm very excited to have Carl on board. As the time went on over the years, we continued to improve the product, but I recognize that we're going to need to join forces with people that had connections to advanced technology. Carl's from the Raleigh-Durham area, the technology triangle, and has tremendous contacts in that area. And I really look forward to seeing ImagineTime continue as a strong force in our industry. And that's possible now because we have some new strategic alliances to discuss with you today. And I'm just very excited to see the company continue as I continue to be involved with maintaining our legacy products and also giving advice and assisting Carl in developing the new products that are going to be discussed in part today. So I'm very grateful and really look forward to seeing what's going to happen to ImagineTime in the future.
Thank you, Fred. And also thank you to the entire ImagineTime team, our department leads, Tom Freeman, Donna Mason, Brenda Gibson, Paula Souther. They just are, I hope you find them as great to work with as I do every day. And so hopefully that continues. So a couple of housekeeping items. This session is being recorded. We are going to ask a poll question along the way. We need a little bit of guidance on something we're thinking of developing. So you're gonna have access to a poll. That'd be great if you could all vote. And then also, I think that you'll have the ability to submit questions online. This is the first time using this software, so forgive us for any glitches, but hopefully you'll be able to submit questions. And when we come to the end, we'll be able to address some of those questions. And our staff is here working alongside, and hopefully they'll be able to answer some of the questions online as we go. So no promises that's going to work as intended, but if not this time, next time. So let's get started. Obviously, we've been pretty busy over the last over the last few months. What have we been up to? The title of this this webcast is Reimagine ImagineTime, and with that, we have a new website to share with you today. We have a new support platform to share with you today, including a knowledge base. So hopefully you can get a lot of your own questions answered as opposed to always having to call ImagineTime. We want to give you the ability to get to the answer you need when you need it. So we'll go through that. We have new products we want to share, give you an update on the new releases that have been released recently and will be coming up. We have a new education series that we want to give you a description on and get your advice on. And then finally, several new partnerships that we think are really going to expand the reach of our capability. But at the bottom, you'll see our core mantra in the business is be helpful. Be helpful every day for those of you that are having challenges or for those of you that are trying to grow your practice. If we're being helpful in that process, then we're doing okay. And so the partnerships are intended to bring ideas to you that you maybe haven't thought of to help you grow and expand your practice. So we hope that you find that useful today. So let's dig in. First things first. Let's show you the new website. It's been a lot of work, and I want to. It's been an immense amount of work actually that I'll go ahead and bring to your attention now. It is not live yet. We're hoping it will be live this week, maybe early next week. A lot of things go into something like this, but you can see it's a completely new look and feel. If I scroll down, we've got a new logo, by the way, new logo. Our focus is to help you make your practice perfect. Product overview. I've got a new client portal that we'll be going into in great deal here. References, and most of the information that was on the previous site still resides. We've added to it, and we are obviously making it more accessible. If I go through over to the resource page, this is a spot that you'll probably, as customers of ImagineTime, go to quite a bit for the licensed user download site, our training videos, our ebook. This is something that Fred wrote some time ago that is really good insight on practice management. It's a good piece of work. So good example there. And then let's kick over to the support site. So this is where it's dramatically different than it's been in the past. So go to support, and that's automatically going to take you to our customer support page where you can start a new ticket, which is something you haven't been able to do in the past. You can provide insight on the issue that you might be facing or the question you might have, attach a file, a screenshot, whatever it may be. You'll be able to check your ticket status at all times. You'll be able to see all the open tickets that you have. Not only open tickets, you'll have a view of all tickets in the history of your firm so that you'll have a good view of, you maybe have asked a question in the past and you can go back and get the answer that way. If you have just a question of, you're not quite sure what to ask, but let's say it's year end and you've got a cloning question, you would just type in the word cloning and it's going to take you to all the videos and all the content related to that particular topic. All as I said, videos, the literature, the manual, everything that might relate to that particular topic. Speaking of the manual, we have updated the manual, and I know many of you have been asking for that for some time, so it's completely updated. I won't load it now just because, again, the site isn't quite completely live yet, but we have the manual now updated. And again, the idea here is for you to be able to get to the answers that you want when you want it without necessarily having to call us. Now, of course, we still want you to call us. If you need us, we're here. That level of support will always reside. But if you want to submit a ticket online, or if you want to search for the answer yourself, all of our videos, all of our FAQs, everything, all content that we have ever really created, as you can see, there is a lot here. You can either search it directly, click on it, the individual item, or go through the search bar and hit in a key phrase. So really excited to deliver that to you folks, and I think it will really progress our interaction with you and make us even easier to work with. At least we hope so. So with that, we'll go back to the slides. As I said, the website will be live very shortly, and please take some time to go spend time there and learn everything that you can. So first things first, the next few slides I'm going to talk about product roadmap. Where are we headed as a company? Where are we headed with our product? But before I do that, I want to be very clear as I can say it. The Hippocratic Oath is in full effect at ImagineTime. What does that mean? It means first, do no harm. We have thousands of you that use our desktop product, that like it, that run your firm with it, that it's really important to your business. And I insist and assure you that we will do no harm to that. If you like what you have, you will have it for as long as you like it, as long as you want it. There is no plan to change or abandon our desktop product and that solution. We appreciate how important it is to you. It's important to us. And so the Hippocratic Oath is in full effect. Do no harm. If you like it, keep it. We do get a lot of requests to move to a more web-based solution, to a more modern interface, and we're going to do that. So we're going to give you both options. What does our product roadmap look like? So for 2019, this is what's in front of us. Our overall goal is to make the most modern, complete, easy to use, and powerful practice management solution in the market. Now, fortunately, in many ways, we have the most powerful practice management solution in the market, but our goal is to make it even better. The first thing that we'll be releasing is our client portal, and I'll talk about that in depth here in a few minutes. Now, QuickBooks Online integration. This is where we have a poll question for you. And Tom, hopefully you can get that going. I'll move it over. It's coming up on another screen. I'll bring it over. Here it is. The question we have, we can build a QuickBooks Online integration, much like we have with our desktop, with QuickBooks Desktop. But to do that, we want to make sure you want that. We want to make sure that it's of interest to you. So it looks like as the questions come in right now, we have 102 people have voted. 51% of you plan to go, are either at or plan to go to QuickBooks Online. So I hope you can see that on the screen as it flows through. That, by the way, just right on the face of it, the first things first, that looks like it's something we probably should develop. So more to come on that, and we'll compile these results, and it really will help us make a decision on developing that product. We're going to introduce a company to you today called Malartu. For those of you that aren't familiar with Malartu, we will be building an integration to that product. John Spinney, the founder and CEO of Malartu, is going to spend a few minutes describing what it is they do, but let me give it a little pass here. Malartu, essentially, our intent, the goal is Malartu gives you another service that you can offer your clients, particularly those of you that are interested in advisory services. Malartu is going to give you a weapon, information that you will be able to provide to your clients and sell to your clients on a monthly retainer or ad hoc. The Malartu tool and the Malartu suite of products are incredible at giving you more insight that's very valuable to your clients. So he's going to go into that in detail. And then finally, the upgrade to a web-based form of our core practice management solution. The client information, CRM, time and billing, workflow, etc. All of it in one place in as easy and powerful a tool as we can possibly create. And we're incredibly excited about it. It's a big, big investment, as you might imagine, but the market has moved in that direction, and we need to keep up. So not only are we going to keep up, we're going to jump ahead. Let's move forward. One thing I'd like to introduce to you is the idea of a board of customer advisors, a BOCA. And Fred reminded me earlier the company started in Boca Raton, so I guess this is appropriate. We would love it if we could have approximately 10 customers or so that would be interested in helping us drive the direction of the product. We would have periodic meetings to get your input and guidance on what we're working on. You would get early access for beta testing. And really, the goal is for you to help us build the very best product for your practice, and then in turn, obviously, for the broader market. I hope that this will be valuable for you. Obviously, it'd be very valuable for us. And if you're interested in being a BOCA member, just reach out to us through any channel that works best for you. We would love to have you be a part of it. Let's jump to the client portal. So this is our first big product, new product to be released as part of the practice management suite. There are a variety of client portals on the market, obviously many of you are most of you probably use some type of secure file sharing capability. What we want to provide is something far above what the typical file sharing tool would provide. And if you're not using a secure file sharing, this is a quote from CPA Practice Advisor just last month. If you're still sharing important documents via email, you could be breaking your state's privacy laws, and you could be putting your client's information at great risk. And so that was part of the genesis for why we were thinking that having an integrated client portal solution, a secure file sharing solution within ImagineTime is an important step. So what's included? The client portal, the goal is to help you become more proactive with your clients, more modern, and a more secure practice. We think that this will be a very sticky solution for you, that something that our intent is to build something that's really incredibly useful to your end client, that will help them build allegiance to you, and not only help you be much more effective, but have something that your clients enjoy using. So what's included? So our initial release coming out next month, hopefully later this month, but let's call it June. The first part is really important: unlimited storage. Now that's unique for us. Almost all solutions put a cap on how much storage. And so we do not want to have any barriers to your clients using this solution, and we don't have any barriers to you using the solution. I think you should consider using the client portal to store all of your firm's documentation with unlimited storage. You're probably using Google Drive or something from Microsoft today. We're going to give you that ability to use the ImagineTime client portal. It'll be branded, so it'll look and feel like your firm to your clients. Incredibly secure. In fact, as secure a file sharing capability as there is on the planet. Your clients will have all their historical documentation. So think about when a client is buying a new home, let's say, and they need three years tax returns. And what do they do today? They scour their house. They can't remember where their tax returns are, so they call you or drop you an email and say, hey, can you send me my last 3 years tax returns? What they'll do in the future is just go directly to the client portal, and all their historical documentation will be there, whatever it may be. How about those clients that you're chasing constantly to get the documentation you need to file their returns, or to help them with their business? Instead of chasing your clients all the time, let the tool do that. We're incorporating our due date capability with a client nudge, so the system will nudge your clients instead of you having to constantly keep track of what they owe you. Your client will have a view of who's assigned to their project with status, and they'll also have an integrated capability to automatically set appointments with you. So they'll have view to your calendar, what you want to expose to them, and then see their availability and go ahead and book themselves. In phase 2, later this summer, we'll have the mobile app. We'll have fully integrated e-signature, other third-party integrations. We're putting a lot of work into the workflow capability and deeper email integration. So there's a lot to it. let me just jump in. Let's show it to you. Eric Guffrey, who's our head of product development and engineering, he couldn't be on the call today, unfortunately, but he recorded this session for us. So I'm gonna start this session. I hope I'll make sure that you can hear it, but it's just probably 4 minutes long or so. Go ahead and let's show you what it looks like.
Everyone, my name is Eric Guffrey. I'm heading up the product and engineering team here at ImagineTime. We are excited to show you all what we've been working on for the last few months. What you're going to see here is phase 1 of the new client portal, which we hope to be releasing in the next couple weeks. I'm going to go ahead and start it off by logging in as Jane from Acme Accounting, so that you guys can see what it looks like from the firm's perspective. So what you see when you first log in as a staff member is a list of all of your clients, all of the contacts for these clients with some simple CRM functionality, such as viewing their personal info, the clients that these contacts are associated with. You can see Eric is associated with both Fugitive Labs and his personal tax account. You can also leave notes about that client. You can quickly, there's a global search feature, so you can quickly find exactly what you're looking for. And we'll go ahead and jump into one of the client workspaces. So a client workspace is pretty close to a mirror of what the client sees from their perspective when they log into the portal. When you first log in here, you see a chronological timeline of all the activity between you and the client. You can quickly jump to a day. You can also view the task flows, files, the client's details, all of the contact information associated with the client, the assigned staff, your client's billing information, and their integrations. We'll jump into files real fast. So the client portal allows the clients to unlimited file storage with bank level security. All of our files are tagged and indexed for quick retrieval. So I can jump in and find all of the W-2 files, for instance, and I can view this file from directly within the portal. I can add a comment to the file that Eric will see when he logs in. And I can view the task associated with this file. So task flows are a pretty powerful part of ImagineTime. They are a collection of automated action items between you and your clients. They're intended to provide your clients with an easy way to understand exactly what they need and when they need to deliver it. Things like file requests, survey questions, even complex organizers. When a task flow has a due date associated with it, the system is automatically going to nudge your clients with gentle reminders to complete the task before the date expires. You can also manually nudge them if you like. You can see that the last time that this client has been nudged was 4 days ago and it's due tomorrow. I have a little sense of urgency, so I'm going to go ahead and send him a manual nudge. And now that I've done that, I'll log out and see what it looks like from the client's perspective. So you can see that the client will get an email. Hey, this is a friendly reminder to complete your tasks. And that allows me to log in as the client. And again, I'm associated with both my business account and my personal tax account. I'm going to log in as a business account. And just like in the firm-facing view, what you see when the client sees when they log in is chronological timeline of all of their activity. This is branded to the accounting firm. You can view their schedule, their tasks, their files, their account, search for things, etc. This is all also mobile friendly. So let's see, I have a notification here that says I have been nudged to complete a task. We'll view the task. And let's see, business insurance forms. Okay, I think that's this file here. So I'll go ahead and upload that and submit it for review. And there it is. Now that this is all done, I can submit the entire task for review. And also view the files here again from my perspective. Add comments, same thing as before. So now we'll log back in as Jane and see what she sees. Again, Jane sees, oh, Eric has completed this task. So we can view the task and say, yes, indeed, Eric has completed it. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. We are, as I said, we're real excited to launch this in the next few weeks and to continue improving ImagineTime going forward, which I'm sure Carl is going to talk about the roadmap from here on out. Thanks again.
Great, great. I hope you liked it. We've worked hard on it, as you can tell. And the way I would consider this, in many ways, is the first module of what the rest of ImagineTime might look like as we develop forward for the web-based version or the cloud version. So this give you a good feel of what the product, where we're headed, and if we're on the right track.
Everyone, my name is Eric Guffrey.
Whoops.
I'm heading up.
Sorry about that. How do I get rid of this? There we go. Okay, let's talk about ImagineTime as it is today, the new releases. So 16.005 is out, 16.006 is coming out shortly. We have over 30 new customer requested fixes and features. Let me highlight a few of them. They're actually quite nice. The improved client time and billing history report is a really good one if you haven't seen it. We've improved the usability and appearance of the workflow notification screens. If any of you are using OmniFund for credit card payments, we have dramatically increased the efficiency of that screen. It's much easier now to make payment for your clients to make payment with just one button push instead of filling out information. And then a lot of improvements to the usability of the super bill. And the super bill is one of the most powerful aspects of ImagineTime, but probably also one of the least understood. So that will be something we focus on in our education series. But we have made that even more usable than it has been in the past. From here, I want to kick it over to John Spinney, who's the founder and CEO of Millar2. And John will describe what Millar2 does, but the thing that I would like for you to think about it, in the vein of being helpful, don't think about this at the moment as how does this integrate with ImagineTime, or what does this have to do with ImagineTime? Think about it as this is a solution, another category that you can drive business with in your firm. It's an offering that you can, if you're thinking of doing advisory, or you're doing advisory now, you can do a better job with it. You can give your clients better insight. So with that, let me kick it over to John and have him go through his slides.
Carl, thank you so much for having me here today, and good afternoon and good morning to everyone joining. We are immensely excited for the partnership with ImagineTime and the ability to work with your existing clientele. So we're very excited to kind of introduce what we're working on here at Millar2. Right out the gate, probably first thing first is what's with the name. So Millar2 is Irish for exchange, and it is kind of encapsulates the way that we envision accountants engaging with their clients and exchanging insights and information back and forth between their clients. So Millar2 is a kind of end-to-end solution for you, those of you who are interested in providing advisory services or already are providing advisory services to your clients. And with that said, let's kind of jump in. So as I'm sure many of you are aware, advisory services are, kind of being discussed as the future of accounting. And Carl, if you can kick the slide for me. In 2019, the latest IBIS World Report is actually estimating around 6.5% of all accounting industry revenue will be derived from management consulting to corporate clients, which is just an immense amount of growth in the ability of accounting firms to generate revenues from advisory services. And we expect that to continue to grow over the next several years. So at Millar2, we're really interested in working with and specialize in working with three different types of firms. Firms who are interested in offering advisory services, but perhaps have not taken the first steps or begun to wrap a process around how they would offer that to clients. We work with firms who are already offering advisory services, but are interested in creating efficiencies or creating some additional capabilities within their existing offerings. And we also specialize in working with firms to have a plan to grow their advisory services. So maybe they're in scale mode or looking to bring in additional associates to help grow out like a fractional CFO practice, for example. So those are the three types of firms we usually work with, and we have processes in place to deal with each type of firm. What we really want to deliver through the platform is three key values to you. One, we want to help you deliver relevant, specific insights to clients. So we want to try to avoid the, kind of just generic financial ratio dashboard and actually work with you to deliver a relevant, specific insight or report to your clients. We want to help you power and empower client happiness by eliminating some of the frictions or frustrations with delivering advisory services to your clients. And we want to give you tools to help you scale those services. So how do you, roll those out to all your clients, or how do you continue to find new clients to offer these services to? And by doing so, really the goal is to enable you to answer three questions for each and every one of your clients who buy advisory services. And that would be, how are we doing? So how is the client currently performing? Where are they headed? So how is the client currently projected to perform in the future? And then how do they stack up to their peers through things like benchmarking modules and items like that. So let's take a quick look about what that looks like in the real world. So one of our clients is Result CFO. They were interested in rolling out, they're an accounting firm who launched a fractional CFO practice and advisory practice within their firm. And they were in the process of rolling out some niche management reports to their clients. So they wanted to have these very relevant, very capable reports to their clients that really answered three predominant questions for their clients as well. So they wanted to stabilize cash flow for their clients to help their clients have kind of predictable businesses. They wanted to optimize profit and performance, so controlling cost centers and making sure that the business is functioning at a high level. And then they want to help their clients grow in a predictable, measurable way, so no surprises in the future. We know where we're headed. By working with Millar2, we were able to deliver to them a scalable, easy to stand up suite of reports. So this is just a representative type of report that we're able to do with them. They actually deliver three separate reports to their clients and answer those three questions: stabilize, optimize, and grow. And we're able to automate those in our system. So we're pulling data from tools like QuickBooks. We're pulling data from both QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Desktop from their clients into the system. We're pulling in data from things like Google Analytics or Salesforce or other integrations to enrich that data, and then automating the delivery of this report to their clientele. So what used to take them days to stand up a new client in their advisory practice, we now have down to a matter of hours. So that's a much more scalable manner in which to offer these services. Another use case, so Golden Pizer & Pizer had a large client which was doing consolidations across 4 large QuickBooks Desktop files. They were spending hours a month manually consolidating, enter that data, and they were looking for a better solution. So with Millar2, we were able to work with them to provide an accurate consolidation across 4 large files, maintain ease of use to the client, so the client can engage with a final polished livable product and not have to engage with a messy Excel sheet, and the ability to grow that file at a later date. So as their consolidations continue to grow, the ability to allow them to do that themselves. So within Millar2, what we have another module in the system called Consolidate, where if you notice along the left side of the screen, we established a master chart of accounts that we wanted a consolidation output. And then we're able to integrate and map all 4 of the QuickBooks Desktop files side by side. And then you can drag and drop around where you want those summations or consolidations to go into the master chart of accounts. So once this mapping process is complete, we have an ongoing, consistently deliverable, accurate, consolidated financial statement, very large financial statement, which was able to save 12 hours a month of just non-value add data entry time for the client. So the accounting firm is able to now get some of that time back. They're still able to charge their billable services, but eliminate a lot of the kind of like dead time just spent on data entry. And those are a couple examples of kind of reiterating what we consider our value proposition to you all, which is to help you deliver those niche insights. So customized calculations for industry-specific KPIs. We want to help you focus on narrowing in on what report moves the needle for your clients. The last thing in the world we want to deliver is a dashboard that your client's not going to use. We want to make sure we can drive home that niche value add report that actually matters to their business. We also want to give you the ability to enrich that with operational data. So from the very beginning, we took the stance that enriching financial data with things like sales data or web traffic data or point of sale data is a much more efficient way to tell an operational story to your client so they can actually enact and make decisions on that information. And we also wanted to allow you to build template reports. So once you do establish a report that works for a client, if you want to roll that out to other clients, you're not starting with a blank slate, which every client you onboard. So as your kind of account within Malarkey grows, you're able to more efficiently and quickly roll out these services to additional clients, all in the name of saving you time and providing an efficient mechanism to do so. So in our opinion, ImagineTime and Malarkey are the perfect team for the modern firm. So with ImagineTime's capability and allowing you efficiencies on the back office, we see Malarkey as offering you the ability to create efficiencies on your front office. So how are you interacting with clients and continuing to scale your services? So where we kind of consider that going would be what we call our advisory command center. And the advisory command center is really where you interact. And looks like we're still missing some text there, but we'll kind of go over that.
That's my fault, John. I thought I had it in there. My apologies.
So with the advisory command center, what our main goals are is to assist you in acquiring additional advisory clients, activating your existing clients to turn them into advisory clients, and then retain those advisory services. So those are really the three kind of cornerstones of what we'd like to offer to folks who come through the system. And what that really looks like in practice is allowing you to track recurring revenue generated from advisory clients, to allow you to understand how your clients are using their dashboards and reports within their accounts. So give you things like stickiness and engagement. So understanding that your client is actually logging in and using the information is a lot more useful than just sending them a report and not knowing how it's being utilized. And then also monitor client accounts for advisory opportunities. From there, if you go back one more, Carl. Yep, so from there, we want to help you become a proactive advisor. So within the system, we have automated workflows and are integrating with tools like ImagineTime to provide a seamless transition between back office and front office capabilities. You can do things like set alerts. So once a client's account passes a certain data threshold, maybe their revenue goes over a certain mark or their profit drops to a certain level, you can automate alerts in Slack, via text, via email, to communicate with your client and give you and your associates the insight to reach out and contact that client. And then from there, kind of finally, we want to help you and be a growth center for you and for your firm. So through the system, any work you do in the system, you can create content around. If you build a compelling report for one of your clients, we can help you generate content around that. And you can market that within the Malarkey network and hopefully drive in some additional clientele that may be interested in working with you and your firm. In addition to that, we allow you to do things like benchmark your internal clients, so benchmark your clients against industry standards to hopefully give you some materials to market your practice as it continues to grow. So that's really a pretty high-level overview of what we're working on at Malarkey. As our offer to ImagineTime customers and friends, we are very excited about the future potential of this relationship. So we'd like to offer a free partner fit assessment, which would be an hour sit down with our team to determine if there are ways we can either help you get advisory services off the ground, if we can help create efficiencies for your existing advisory services, or if we can help you grow your top line revenues with advisory services. Would offer that at no cost to everyone in the ImagineTime network. And in addition to that, if you do choose to work with Malarkey moving forward, we also have additional discounts for folks in the ImagineTime network that we can offer as well. So with that, it's been a pleasure to be here. I really look forward to working with some of you and kind of engaging with the ImagineTime clients. And we're very excited to see where this heads in the future. So thank you very much. And I'll hand it back to Carl and be available at the end of the seminar as well.
Thank you, John. Thank you. And just to reiterate what I said at the beginning, this is a value-add service that I'm excited that we can partner to bring to you, and very, very impressed with the team at Malarkey. They're way out ahead in the market, and hopefully can help you and your firm. So more to come on that, of course. A couple more things I want to bring to your attention. So OmniFund is our integrated payments partner. So several of you, many of you, use OmniFund today for credit card processing. This is a hot button for me if you think about what I said at the beginning, to remove friction anywhere in the process as possible. This is a good example of it, where if you're not offering credit cards for your clients today, credit card payment, you're at risk of causing friction between you and your client. People do want to pay with credit cards, and if you're paying with credit cards and not doing it with OmniFund, you're missing out on the having a full integration back to ImagineTime, which can be a huge time saver. So we want to, OmniFund has provided, they're going to provide anybody that signs up new with OmniFund, they'll waive the setup and the training fee for all new customers. In addition, they'll do a free pricing analysis to do a detailed comparison of their pricing versus your current credit card processor. I have looked at this a lot myself because I feel an obligation to provide to you, our ImagineTime clients, the very best solutions possible and make sure that OmniFund's pricing is in line with the market. And so everything I have seen, I feel very comfortable with that. I actually want your input. If you know of other solutions that you're using that are less expensive, please pass that along to me. I want to be aware of it so that I can share it with OmniFund, and we should evaluate whether we should create an integrated solution with that solution. We did make this new enhancement that I mentioned much easier to use credit card processing screen and streamline the payment process. It's literally a one-click now for your clients to pay you, and that's a big enhancement. So thank you to the OmniFund folks. They're great to work with, and it's actually a very good service that I hope every one of our clients would take advantage of because it will save you a lot of time. Again, more to come on that. Finally, as I mentioned at the beginning, our education series. So this is something that we're going to do every month. We'll have a free webcast with tips and techniques on different training topics that we see our customers struggling with or wondering about. I mentioned earlier the super bill is incredibly powerful, but probably the most misunderstood. So our first education series session will be a training session on the super bill. Reporting, obviously you want to get as much out of the ImagineTime reporting capability, and there's a lot there that many folks aren't aware of. Workflow and due date, new features, and much more. We're going to ask for your feedback on what training topics you want us to focus on, and we can really go in any direction that you want. We might even have Fred every now and then come to one of these education sessions that there's nobody better than the source himself.
Oh, gee, Carl, I fell asleep during that comment.
Love it. So we're coming to the end. I left time for the Q&A. Now we have several hundred people on this call, over 100 firms, but many of you have joined together. So I don't know if we can best organize it. I'm looking at the list of questions. One question I saw, when do you expect we will have the web-based product released? Well, it will come in phases. As I mentioned, the client portal phase, the client portal piece is the first phase of our web-based solution, and that will be out in June. Beyond that, we'll have another iteration late summer, and I would say throughout the year, we will have the next piece will be the task flow or the workflow piece with due dates. But I'm hesitate to answer this question because if any of you have ever been part of a software development project, it always takes longer than you think. And I don't actually know the complete answer right now. We're going to try to have as much as we possibly can have done here in 2019, but it will be iterative, so you'll be able to take advantage of options as they come. And no intent to be vague on the question. I genuinely just don't know yet. So working through it.
Actually, though, Carl, we would jump in and say that there is a kind of hybrid cloud-based offering now. You might want to just mention that because maybe some people aren't aware of it.
Yeah, great. That's great. And we did send out an offer on that recently that we'll send out again. Our desktop solution, the ImagineTime solution as you know it today, is available exactly as it exists on the desktop, but in a mobile form, so that you can use it mobile, you can use it from anywhere. The functionality is exactly the same. But what you don't have to worry about are any of those issues related to desktop settings, related to hardware issues, related to configuration issues. All those things go away if you use our cloud product. And we look a lot at the calls we get to our support center, and the high majority of the calls we get for help are related to hardware settings or desktop related issues. So we really believe in our existing cloud solution. It's the same interface you use on desktop. We've put an offer out there to try to make it financially feasible for you. Because we think it's a much more efficient way for you to work, and those customers on the call that use our cloud product tend to be very happy with it. So thanks for reminding me of that, Fred. Trying to pop through any other questions. There was a question asked about, can we have a list of the features that are available with each new release? Yes, they are on the website. And they're accessible to you. They'll be on the new website as well. Fred, can you remind me where that is?
It's on the bottom footer of the website under support. There's a section for new features, and you can scroll through. It'll give you the new features by version number. So if you're on an older version, you might have quite a bit of scrolling to do. The ones that we consider significant are usually highlighted in bold. And I also noted there was a comment about reporting, Carl, and just quickly mention that on the reporting menu, many of our existing customers may have overlooked a new functionality called reports by function. It is an excellent way to get an introduction into all the reports within ImagineTime. And it also, if you click on the checkbox adjacent to the report description, will also take you to the report screen and pre-fill a lot of the settings for you. So if you're not familiar how to get to that report, this is a great way to learn what's in there and also how to get to it and how to access it.
Yeah, thank you, Fred. This is a great example of why we're doing this education series. We release hundreds of new features a year, and it's a lot for you to keep up with as a client, or the people on your staff change jobs and you have new folks come in, and hopefully this is a way to supplement their learning and accelerate their learning and reintroduce some things that have been around for a while and make sure you know about the new items. So let's go ahead and, yeah, go ahead, Fred.
There was one question about the cloud version that, you know, what happens if the internet goes down, and we do back up. We have several generations of backups on the cloud, but we also make a hard copy backup of the data files on the cloud. We bring them over periodically to our servers. So there's a redundant backup. And if, for instance, if something untoward did happen with cloud servers, recently we saw another competitor of ours experience an unfortunate event, you would actually be able to bring the cloud data file onto your desktop and continue working with it. So there's quite a bit of security with our current cloud version.
Very good. And there was another question here about, does the cloud version, do the updates that we've made, do they apply to the cloud version? And the answer to that is yes, absolutely. All the enhancements, our cloud version today is the exact same. I shouldn't say exact, there are a couple small nuances, but essentially the same product, our cloud version, to your desktop version. So as we develop these features in the desktop version, they apply to the cloud as well. So we'll finish there. I am so grateful that we had so many people attend. This has just been an incredible experience for me personally and our team. We're working incredibly hard to try to support and help you in your practices, and also continue to develop new opportunities for both of us. We will be sending out a customer survey. We did one about 6 months ago. We'll be sending out another one here over the next week or so, and I really cannot tell you how much it's appreciated when you respond to that survey. It drives a lot of direction in the business. Frankly, the last survey, the feedback we received was a big part of us adding the customer support platform that we've added. So we do listen, and it matters, and we're in this to help you expand your practice and be as effective as you possibly can be. So thank you to everyone, and look forward to speaking with all of you along the road. Bye now.